Welcome to West Virginia. So my friend Cody and I have been talking about laws are really attacking homeless people now. They're quite literally arresting people for simply being homeless. We don't really feel that that's right. And we want to show people, if you're homeless, what can you do to actually stay warm. But we also want to give some advice that if it's illegal in the city to be homeless, come to the woods. I mean, look, you have a lake.
Mm-hmm.
You can boil water, you can cook things, and as long as you have a vehicle, this is actually a sustainable way of living.
Yeah.
Something to really think about, guys. We want you to be safe. So I actually brought my can stove with us, and we're actually going to use it for light while we're setting everything up. Can you imagine those kids that's living in this every day?
Oh, dude.
So let's talk about the location for everybody. We have a literal mountain on this side of us. And then, of course, we have a hill on this side of us, and it's kind of grooved out, so there's no wind that can come from this direction. Now, there is wind coming from the lake in this direction, but the way that we have the fires set up is that when we stand here, the vehicle's now blocking the wind from that direction for us. So be smart about how you set up your vehicle, how you set up to retain heat. Any kind of old building or anything like that, use it as a windshield, so this way it doesn't touch your vehicle.
Yeah.
So the biggest thing about staying warm all night would be you don't want to burn up all your wood at once. And the style fire that we're using, it's actually like the Lincoln log style. So you can pretty much, add as you want to,
Yeah.
and that kind of slows down your burning just a little bit. Good oxygen, you kind of control the pace. So inside the vehicle, would you say that's 45 degrees? It was 45 degrees inside the vehicle, roughly. And that's as long as we've been standing here without any kind of heat inside of the vehicle.
Yeah.
Now, the reason that's important is because that shows as well that the location that we've picked, it's kind of kept heat inside of the vehicle.
Oh, yeah.
What is the temperature tonight? 25? Something like that?
25, 20.
So, yeah, that's really not that bad considering that we just quite literally picked a location and parked. Now, I will say probably some of the heat is going into the vehicle as well, which might be helping with that. But the true key to that is the location where you're parking at to keep the heat held inside. I miss my Bowie knife. This knife's not bad, but truthfully, you can't replace that Bowie knife when it comes to stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
So, we want to show you guys exactly how to set up your sleeping bags right here. So neither of these bags are actually rated beyond like 30 to 50 degrees. But when you place them inside of each other like that, that's a game changer altogether. So if you can't get one of the very nice mummy sleeping bags for like the Arctic, this will actually work. You'll see that I have my Coleman sleeping bag in here, and then I have this cheaper sleeping bag on the outside, but it's plastic, so it actually protects everything, which is good. And now between that, I've stacked my clothes as an extra layer of insulation. Now the reason that I put this between the sleeping bags and not in mine just to keep them warm is because this will actually help trap the air between the two sleeping bags, and that will help keep me doubly warm. Now, that being said, get the nicer sleeping bags if you can find them. Don't get the cheap ones like we have here. We're just kind of proving a point that even with the cheap ones, I felt really good versus standing out in the cold.
Yeah.
This is about if I'm homeless, if I have no other option but to be in my car, what can I do to make it nicer?
Exactly.
So this is the 100-hour candle, and honestly, it's pretty nice for what it is.
Yeah.
I think you can buy these for what, $8 online?
Yeah, something like that.
Place. So this is definitely something to look into. And now they have this wind protector on it, but you can get it without those as well, and it's a little bit cheaper. And you guys can see there's quite a bit of light off that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we're not saying this is a simple, this is how you fix being homeless, or this is how you fix the problem of what's going on. We're just simply saying, maybe it's your first day, you don't know what to do, you're really freezing, you have kids. Turn it into a camping experience, you know, like don't freak the kids out, kind of try to enjoy what you can. And that being said, always bring more firewood than what you think.
And never use gas.
Yeah, or coffee creamer.
Yeah, what he said.
But that being said, that was full on the right hand side when we got here. We've only been here about 2 hours and we've already used that much of our fuel source, and the fire is actually getting kind of low. So I would say probably a quarter truckload of wood a night is what you'll go through, something like that, if you're all standing around the fire all night. Now, once you go in, you've put your fire out, and you're in your sleeping bag, you don't really have to worry about it. But if you're intending to be out all night in this, I would say probably a quarter truckload of wood.
Yeah.
Something like that. What would you say? We've already burned a wheelbarrow's worth.
Yeah, quite
And
a
it's
bit.
only been about 2 hours. And we've been feeding it slowly, too. It's not really been this big feed, you know. But it does feel really good. I could quite honestly see myself spending the night to feed the fire if it was much colder than this.
Yeah.
And just skipping sleeping altogether if I thought that I wasn't going to stay warm enough in there. I felt like I was in my bed at home, kind of warmth. So I will say that if you have 2 sleeping bags, you're not going to freeze to death in 25-degree weather. If you do what we're talking about doing, you know. So we want everybody to know that all the proceeds of this video, if any comes from it, we are actually going to donate it to the homeless children in Romania.
Yeah.
And we feel like that's the only decent thing to do.